zooming down the street, feel the heat, can't be tamed. Lynx versus EUC, it's a clash of fiery flame. Engines roaring, fast machines, we're on a fast lane. Rolling on the beat, making heads turn, leaving us burning rubber, smoking tires, we're in a race. Lynx versus EUC, a legacy we embrace. No time for breaks, we're in a rush, no time to waste. Pushing limits, feeling fearless, making a case.
Hello guys and welcome to another video. The Leaperkim LYNX and the Begode ET are two of the top wheels you can get as of now. These two electric unicycles are often compared, and when you want to do a purchase, it can be difficult to know which one will be a better fit for you. I've tested extensively these two wheels for many weeks, so I've got a good idea of what they can offer. In this video, I'm gonna compare the wheels and tell you what I like and don't like about the Begode ET and the Leaperkim LYNX. And finally, I answer the following question: which wheel I prefer between the LYNX and the ET. Of course, first, gentle reminder to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any new video. Also, if you want to buy any of these electric unicycles mentioned in this video, there's a link in the description down below. Using my link really helps the channel as well. Thank you very much. When I look at the Leaperkim LYNX, of course the first thing that comes to mind when it comes to liking something about this wheel is the design. The LYNX looks really beautiful, and that's a fact. Leaperkim took the call to not use flashy colors like orange or red, and I thank them for that. When I think of design specs for a wheel, the Leaperkim LYNX is the incarnation of that. Very low profile, very discreet, but still pleasing to the eye. On the ET side, the design is also very good. Obviously, when you look at it, it's a pure copy of the LYNX. The ET is also very low profile, all in black as well. It's not bad. When we look at the build quality of both of these wheels, the Leaperkim LYNX is obviously number one. From the outside, the wheel looks well made, partly magnesium, partly plastic. The trolley handle feels well in hand, the pedals are great, all the amenities of this wheel look good. On the ET front, Begode has made a lot of progress on the build quality of their wheels. I've noticed that Begode went up a notch quality-wise with the Begode Extreme, and now they continue with the ET. The wheel has also a great quality, mixing metal and plastic. The cables are well protected. On the inside or outside, everything is well finished. Overall, the build quality is great on both of these wheels. I still prefer the one on the Leaperkim LYNX. Suspension-wise, on the LYNX we have a hydraulic suspension. On the Begode ET there is a coil spring suspension. The suspension of the LYNX performs way better than what you get on the ET. Begode has installed on their new wheel a custom shock. It is supposed to help to set up better the suspension of your wheel, but they released it with a 900 pounds and a 1300 pounds suspension spring, which in my opinion doesn't fit at all this wheel. That's why suspension-wise I prefer the LYNX. The Begode ET is very heavy. The LYNX is way lighter. This is all due to the materials these guys use to build their wheels. Depending on your use case, there are pluses and minuses with the weight of a wheel. I much prefer to have a lighter wheel up to a certain speed. When we talk about customization of a wheel, the Begode ET is a winner here. You can customize two things on the ET. First, you can modify the pedals height of your wheel by default. You can have them very low or very high. It's not possible to do that on the LYNX by default. You have to buy an expensive mod in order to achieve this. Because the ET uses the standard Begode format for their pedals, you can by default use a wide selection of pedals for your wheel. On the Leaperkim LYNX, the selection is way smaller, unless of course you decide to pay for an expensive mod in order to access to non-Leaperkim pedals. Another customization option that you have available on the ET is the possibility to swap the spring of your wheel or even the whole shock. As we discussed, the suspension of the ET is not great, so if you want to make it better, you can. On the LYNX, you can also swap the hydraulic suspension parts, but you can only use the same model with a different spring rating. So for customization, the ET is an obvious winner versus the Leaperkim LYNX. Let's talk about the power and speed of these wheels. The Leaperkim LYNX is a 151 volts wheel. The ET is a 168 volts wheel. The Leaperkim LYNX feels very powerful, with a great torque. Its higher voltage and motor gives it a great acceleration. The wheel feels really nice. It's a potentially 60 miles per hour wheel. The ET is also very powerful, especially with its higher voltage of 168 volts. is the higher voltage of the ET-Max making a difference versus the one on the Leaperkim LYNX? And the answer is yes, and again, yes. When you ride an ET-Max, you get access to a new dimension when it comes to EUC performance. The acceleration will be absolutely insane, slightly superior to what you can find on the Leaperkim LYNX. If you are a performance EUC enthusiast like I am, you won't be able to go back to lower voltage wheels after riding these new high voltage Begode wheels. The ET-Max is clearly superior power-wise. Let's now discuss the stability and ride feel of these wheels. Both of these wheels will give you a nice ride feeling. The LYNX will give you the typical Leaperkim type of ride, the one you can get on any all-rounder wheel. When you ride the Leaperkim LYNX, you feel at home, you know how to ride, and you feel good from the get-go. That's why this wheel is so popular with riders. On the other hand, the ET-Max is very heavy and tall. It obviously impacts the wheel's dynamics. The acceleration on this wheel is also crazy, especially if you got the right firmware installed. Up to 40 miles per hour, both of these wheels perform equally. Then beyond that, and especially around the 50 miles per hour range, the ET-Max will feel way more stable than the LYNX. This is mainly due to the physics of the wheel. The ET-Max is heavier, and at high speeds, it matters. The LYNX being lighter, at high speed feels less stable. And the very high pedals of the wheel don't help.
LYNX versus ET-Max, we racing, no brakes. I rev it up, leave you in my dust, no time to waste. We speeding, chasing dreams like a rocket in space. Rolling on the throttle, adrenaline rush in my veins. Pumping gas through the veins, got that octane flow. Unleashing the beast on this fast pace road. Burning on the asphalt, watch me go. Running on the speedway, the streets my rodeo. LYNX versus ET-Max, fast machines in the zone. Running on the throttle, ain't no stopping us, we own. LYNX versus ET-Max, revving engines till the break of dawn.
We went through the characteristics of the LYNX and the ET-Max, and I gave you my opinion about these. In conclusion, which wheel do I go with? Well, if I have to choose between the LYNX and the ET-Max, I would go with the ET-Max. And this for two reasons. First, the ET-Max is more powerful than the LYNX, that's my opinion, clearly. Secondly, and this is the most important driver of my decision, the ET-Max is very stable at speed, way more stable than the LYNX. There's no point to get a performance wheel if it doesn't perform well at high speed. I didn't like the suspension of the ET-Max, and I didn't like the lack of stability of the LYNX at high speed. I can swap the shock of the ET-Max and make the suspension better. Unfortunately, I can't do anything to make the physics of the LYNX better at high speed. And that's why for this video I decided to go with the ET-Max. It is just my opinion based on my use case. For example, if I were looking for a more all-rounder wheel, if I were looking to go off-road, do street and off-road, I would 100% go with the LYNX. Please don't be emotional if my opinion about these wheels is different than yours and you don't like it. It's okay, every rider has a different opinion about wheels and it's perfectly fine. I'm just having fun with this exercise to choose between two performance electric unicycles. The LYNX and the ET-Max are two very good wheels. You can choose any of them and you will be satisfied. There is also the GT Pro, which we didn't discuss here. As it wasn't the topic of this video, it is also a very good wheel. I invite you to check the review of the GT Pro I did, if you haven't watched it yet. This year, more new wheels will be coming, Begode, Kingsong in motion and someone else. It will be again completely crazy. We are definitely not done discussing wheels and their performance.
I think it's great for carving and really like the cornering. I think cornering is what I would use this wheel the most for. And you know, there's not much, I don't even have practice with this, but that's kind of how I feel about it. It's like great for cornering, and I would definitely stiffen it out, sure.
Zooming down the highway, I'm riding so fast. LYNX versus ET-Max on the gas, no crash. I'm no queen speed, they can't keep up with my pace. Rolling in the passenger seat, we taking over the race. Links for CT Max, links for CT Max. We be speeding through the city, leave them all in the dust. Links for CT Max, links for CT Max. Hold on tight, baby, it's a thrill you can't surpass. Links for CT Max, links for CT Max. Got the engines rolling, we're a force you can't surpass. Links for CT Max, links for CT Max. Feeling the adrenaline rush, we gon' make this moment last.
Yeah, it's a good wheel. It's way too top heavy. I feel like it's got the same push as a patent. It just like the pedals are like smack in the middle of the axle. It's not going to be optimal to push it. The weight's really good. I don't know how they did that. Okay, well, the weight's good with the caveat that if I'm going upstairs like this, it's still not ideal. I'm sure there are guys going to go like 60 miles per hour on it, but man, that just seems way too sketchy and dangerous. A wheel needs to be balanced, so like this is not like everything sitting above the center axle, the center of gravity. That's not ideal.